Welcome to the English grammar class. This lesson is about voice, active and passive voice of the past continuous tense. I'm going to show you the formulas and how to change into passive voice as well as active voice. The past continuous active formula is was so well plus ing form of the verb. Passive voice formula is was so well being plus third form of the verb. Was should be used with persons like I, he, she, it, and any singular nouns. Where should be used with persons like we, you, they, and any plural nouns. It's good to know these rules when we change the voice. The position of the subject and object will be interchanged. Remember, a subject is a noun or pronoun which comes before a verb in a sentence, whereas an object is a noun or a pronoun which comes after a verb. The verb will change according to the formula. Question form will remain question form in both active and passive voice. These are the pronouns in their subjective and objective forms. I is the subjective form and the objective form will be me. We will change into us. You will remain the same, you. He will change into him. She will change into her. And they will change into them. Now, let us learn how to change into passive voice. We need to use the formula was or were being plus third form of the verb. Remember that the verb will be always in the third form. The first question is he was ringing the bell on time. Here in this sentence, he is the subject, ringing is the verb, and the object is the bell. When we change into passive voice, we need to start with the object, take down the bell, and since it is singular noun, we should use was, followed by being, and the third form of ring is rung, R-U-N-G, rung. And after this, we should use the preposition by and take down the subject he, it will change into objective form, that is him, and followed by on time. The bell was being rung by him on time. The next one is question form. Was he reading a book? Remember that the question form will still be in the question form in passive voice. The object here is a book. It is singular noun and it should be used with was. Since it is question form, we should start with was. Take down a book, being, and the third form of read is read. By, and the subject he will change into him in the objective form. Was a book being read by him? This is the answer. Here is another question which is in the negative form. Were they not playing chess? Chess is the object and it is singular noun. It should be used with was. Since it is question form, let us start with was, chess, take down not, being. The third form of play is played, P-L-A-Y-D, played. By, they will change into them. Was chess not being played by them? The next question is, when were you attending the class? It begins with interrogative word when. When there is any interrogative words before was or where, we should take down as it is. Now let us try to change. Take down when, and the class is singular now. It should be used with was. When was the class? Being. The third form of attend is attended by you. When was the class being attended by you? And the next question is, who was laughing at you? The question begins with who. Who will change into by whom in the passive voice. The object here is you. Remember to use it with where. Now let's start changing into passive voice. By whom were you being? The third form of laughed will be L-A-U-G-H-E-D, laughed at. By whom were you being laughed at? This is the answer. And the next question is, which picture was he seeing? The question begins with which picture. When we change into passive voice, we'll take down which picture first, and since there is no objects given, we'll continue with was being, the third form of she is seen by, and the subjective form he will change into objective form him. So the sentence will be, which picture was being seen by him? We have just learned how to change active into passive voice, and now let us learn how to change into active voice. In order to change into active voice, we have to go back to the formula of past continuous tense. The formula is was or were plus ing form of the verb. Let us try. Number 1. The dog was being beaten by him. Here the subject is the dog, the verb is beaten, and the object is him. We should change the subject into object and object into subject in the active voice again. The objective form him will change into he in the subjective form. It should be followed by was because it is singular person. And then beaten will change into ing form of beating. Take down the dog. He was beating the dog. Number 2. Was the food being cooked by her? This is question form. Remember that the question form will remain question in the active voice again. The object is her will change into subjective form she. She is a singular person. We have to use it with was. Since it is question form, let us begin with was she. Cook ing form is cooking the food. Question mark. This is the answer. Number 3. By whom was the door being closed? This is another question which begins with by whom. We need to change by whom into who in the active voice. Let us start now. Who was close ing form is closing the door. Number 4. Where were the books being kept by you? Here the object is you. It is in the plural form. We have to use with where. The answer will be where you kept ing form is keeping the books. Where were you keeping the books? This is how to change passive voice into active voice. And here is another tricky question. You may face this type of question. The sentence in the passive voice does not have any object. We cannot know who is the doer of the action, but do not be confused. We can use our common sense so that we can relate with the subject. The subject here is the patient, and for the object, we can relate with the doctor. Okay, when we change into active voice, we have to start with the doctor and was, and then advice will change into advising. The doctor was advising the patient to take 2 medicines. We can also relate students with teachers, children with parents, thieves with police, etc. So this is the end of the lesson. I thank you for your attention. I'll be back to you. Till then, take care and bye.